Hello and welcome again from Crafty Carol, from Crafty Carol's Cards here in Northern Ireland. A very dull and rainy Northern Ireland today, but hopefully the light is still okay. I am going to show you how to make a little sweet box. I do like to have little treat boxes around at Christmas to give to unexpected visitors. It's always nice to have something there. I'm giving some to my girls that are coming to my craft party next week. And I like to have some for our visitors, like people like the postman and the delivery men. Just nice to have something to give them. So, nice little sweet box. Let me show you. I got it from a demonstrator in America. I think it was Glenda. Can't remember her name. I'm very sorry to her. But yeah, she did it using the same stamp set, but slightly different design to me. Thank you to her. I must find her name and I'll put it up on the video. Right. So to make this box, you need a few bits. You need a piece of cardstock, which is 10.5 inches by 7 3/4 inches. And you need various bits of DSP. So I have got 2 bits that are both 3.5 by 3.5 and 4 bits that are 3.5 by 3/4. Well, this box measures 3.5 square plus about 1 inch deep. So I've also cut out already a little circle from the Stitched Shapes circles, difficult to say, for the sentiment on my box, so we'll have that over there. And I've also die cut, and I've realised there's a few bits not come out of the die cut, so I'll just get rid of those now. I've die cut the wreath from the Wishes All Around dies, which is just beautiful. We just fiddle with this now. Should have done this before started the video, but never mind. I think most of the bits are out now. Sometimes these sorts of dies can be very fiddly, but they're good fun. So I cut one of the wreaths and I cut 3 little tiny sprigs as well. Let me show you the dies. Sadly, this set is retiring. I wasn't sure. I bought it and then I wasn't sure what to do with it. Yeah, in fact, I've used it quite a lot. It's got some lovely stamps, the trees. The lady I saw this box made from used the trees as the circle, but it's got a snowflake circle with extra snowflakes, the bow with extra boughs, and there's more snowflakes and boughs there. Cuts out the circle and leaves a wonderful bit in the middle. I've got one over here, which I think's a sun, and so do other people. That will be used in other ways, and little trees as well. So there's so much in these dies. The stamp set is on offer. The dies sadly are not, but it is retiring, which is very sad because I shall miss this one. I need to leave it out because I need the greeting. Actually, I'll get that out while I'm here. I'm going to use the Make It Merry in the centre. Ooh, there we go. And whoops, that's not very straight on my block. And I'm also going to use the little bow stamp. So I'll just get those out. Right, so let's get on with doing some scoring on the noisy getting my, I must make it quieter to get my scoring scoreboard out. Anyway, I'm going to use the scoreboard and we're going to score on the long side at 1 inch. So as before, if you're using this, use your stylus, put it in the groove below the mark and then just slide it down in the groove that's on the scoreboard. That to me always I make sure then I'm scoring it at the correct level. So 1 inch, 4 3/4, which is here. Then 5 3/4, which is this one. Then at 9.5, which is over here. So those are the scores on your long side. I'm going to turn it round and score at 1 inch all the way down. That might be coming out of your view because it's so long here, but never mind. 2 inches and then 5 3/4 and 6 3/4. So fairly straightforward scoring. And now we're going to cut and make some, oops, oh dear, I just pushed something off. Never mind, we'll sort that out later. Right, now we're going to do some cutting. And we've got a lid for the box and a base for the box, and we're going to cut some away, but we're going to start off cutting here. So you're going to cut up the main line to the second score line, cut off the end bit, leave yourself a tab. It wasn't cut along the score line at all. It's so dark, it's difficult to see today. And then just make some little notches so you've got the usual shape that we make for the tab. Then we're going to do the center tab in the same way. So we're going to cut all the way up here, all the way up here, take off the end that we don't need, and then notch the tab. Sometimes the notches fall out, sometimes they don't. There we go. So we've done that, okay. These bits here, we're going to take off completely. So we're going to cut down this line here. And we're going to match that on the other side and do exactly the same. So taking out these end bits, cutting down to the second line, cutting again, taking off this bit and notching the tab. And finally, we're going to notch this tab. Right, let me just get rid of these bits. So probably I should have actually done the folding before we did the cutting. As always, I forgot. So I'll just do that quickly now. Right, so that is the shape you should be left with. So you've got 4 tabs, a double sort of fold on the side of this piece, and then just a single piece here. Now, the other thing that the lady did, which I liked, which is to round some of the corners. So we're going to round these end corners. Then the other corners we're going to round are these here. So now it's a matter of putting the box together, and as usual we're going to use the tabs. You can use tear and tape, you can use liquid glue, or I'm still using up my old stamping seal. I'm still using up my old fast fuse. I think if you're new to making boxes, to be honest, I would use liquid glue and hold it, because it just gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Because the important thing with boxes is to make sure when you're folding it, so I'm going to stick these tabs down, and I want to make sure that that join there is exactly square. So if I'm making a mess of it now, I can pull off the stamping seal. So line it up and then push the tab down. So here again, line it up and then push the tab in from inside. So that works with stamping seal or with tear and tape. And with liquid glue, you can sort of fiddle and move things around a little bit more. So choose which you think is best for you. I used to make boxes always with liquid glue. I've moved on to tear and tape. I think it's actually better. So there's the box. You could actually fold these in to strengthen the sides of the box. Doesn't actually matter too much. I rather liked it like this that I saw in the video, that it just sort of sits over the top, which is rather nice. So now we're going to stick the DSP on, and the 2 pieces of 3.5 inch DSP are going to go either side of the lid, and the 4 strips around the box. So I'll rush through the video, you don't need to see this bit. Okay, so we've done all of that bit. Now it's just about putting the decoration on. So the first thing I'm going to do is do some stamping. So I've got my cherry cobbler and my old olive, and I'm going to stamp in the cherry. Oh, I'm going to stamp the old olive first, actually. I've already got boughs there that I'm going to stick around, but I did want a couple just as background. So I'm just going to get a scrap of paper, because I'm going to stamp off. And that means just stamping onto the scrap paper, and then I can stamp onto my actual piece I want to stamp. So it's called stamping off, and it just means you can get a lighter colour of the same of the stamp that you actually want. Right, so that is that. Get rid of that dirty strap. Now we will stamp the Make It Merry to go in the centre. Close up my stamp pads so I lean in them and get ink everywhere. Yes, I have done that before now. So now we're going to just stick this in the middle, just using some glue. And where's the front of my box there? That's my tucked in front. It just closes with the tucked in. I should have shown you that. The lid tucks in. So Make It Merry. And I'm just going to eyeball putting it in the middle. That looks about right. And then I'm going to add these. Now I could fiddle around and use a little bit of glue, dimensionals rather, to make it go upwards, but I'm not going to, because that way lies madness in my view. If you did the trees, then you can put them up on dimensionals obviously, but I just wanted the bow around this one. So it doesn't need much, it's very light, so a few little dobs of glue. And then I can put that around my Make It Merry. Just hold, whoops, I'll open my box just to hold it down for a minute because I didn't want to stick, just, there we go. Patience while crafting, folks. And then I've got a few other little blobs that I'm just going to use in some of the corners. And then in this top corner, I'm just going to put a little bow. And I'm going to use the, this is the green Parakeet Party in colour metallic ribbon, which is just gorgeous. Did like these. I think they're still available. Watch out for them because they are useful. So make my bow. Just going to put it and make it my size I want, which is approximately that. That's lovely. Then I've got my ribbon scissors. So just trim that down and then just get rid of this extra. There we go. Then I'm going to stick this on using a glue dot. Just in this top corner over here. So pop the glue dot on, stick the ribbon on top. And there is my little box. As I said, it closes by tucking in. So the front flap here just tucks in neatly behind the front of the box and closes really securely. And I can fill that with sweets and things. This will probably go to one of my delivery men or something like that. I think possibly my my shopping delivery man, who I appreciate because I hate going to shops, except craft shops obviously. So there we go then. Thank you for joining me today. The details of this and all the measurements will be on my blog at craftycarolscards.co.uk, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe as a Christmas present to me. I'd be very grateful. Thank you for being here. Bye for now.